PDNF stands for the principal disjunctive normal form. It is therefore that sum of product. Means in a PDNF, first of all we uh, products the make the product of given proportions and then sum all of them. Here is an example. If PQ are the variables, then first of all we make the product P dot Q dot R. Means we are multiplying the PQ and R and then making the addition of them all. That is known as the PDNF. Also, principal disjunctive normal form. This one refers the sum of products. Here is a you may confuse between principal disjunctive normal form and DNF disjunctive normal form. Then the key point is DNF is that case of DNF. It is not necessary that the length of all the variable in expression is same, but the PDNF have. Now next, this one is the example of PDNF and the DNF. Now the PCNF. PCNF stands for principal conjunctive normal form, and this one also refer that products of sum. This one also refer the products of the sum. Means in a PCNF, first of all, we sum we make the addition of all the variables, then we multiply them all. Like example, PQR the variables, then P plus Q plus R. First we are making the addition, then we are multiplying all of them. And here also a key difference between the PCNF principal conjunctive normal form and the CNF conjunctive normal form. In the case of the CNF, it is not necessary that the length of the all variable in the expression is the same. The example is written below. The written given example is an example of the expression in CNF but not in PCNF, because last one is only P plus Q, and the both other are the P plus Q plus R. P plus Q plus R means if that is PDNF or PCNF, then the length of the expression must be same. If that is CNF or DNF, it can't be. These are the some important properties of PCNF and the PDNF. Every PDNF or PCNF corresponds to the unique Boolean expression and the vice versa. Means every PDNF or the PCNF will have an unique Boolean expression. Means if the PCNF and the PDNF both are having a unique relation. If X and Y two equivalent to Y, if and only if PDNF X is equals to PDNF Y or PCNF X is equals to PCNF Y. For a Boolean expression, if PCNF has m terms, just clear these things. For a Boolean expression, if the PCNF has m terms and PDNF has n terms, then the number of variable in such a Boolean is log base 2 into m plus n. This is the most important relation between the PCNF and the PDNF. Thank you. The third part is completed. Now the next, logic in TCS. The final part, the logic in the TCS. As we know, the mathematical logic is too much important in the terms of the computer science and mathematical programming and the programming and IT industry. TCS stands for the theoretical computer science. Before starting the TCS, there is also a new term called satisfiability problem. Boolean satisfiability problem. SAT is a problem of determining whether or not a sentence with propositional logic is satisfiable. Means a propositional logic is satisfiable or not. This is known as the SAT. This circumstance or this condition is known as the SAT. In a given a propositional logic sentence question, determine whether or not it is a satisfiable. This is the work of the SAT. Characterizing SAT as an NP-compliant problem, complexity class. NP-compliant is a normal complexity class problem. It is found in the theoretical computer science, like in theoretical computer determining of the programming language and the creations of that, where that the most of the SAT and the NP-compliant problems are deal. What is the PL sentence? What does the satisfiability mean? Logic in TCS. A Boolean variable is a variable that can have a value 1 or 0. Thus, the Boolean variable is a proposition. The first thing, a Boolean variable is a variable. Means a Boolean variable is nothing but a variable can have the value false or true. Thus, the Boolean variable is a proposition. Also, a Boolean variable is a proposition. The key point of this. A term is a Boolean variable. A term is a Boolean variable. Is nothing but a variable having a some term which can acquire any value. Literal is a term of its negation. Means a term, a negation value means if the value is negation, and the term also that is known as the literal. Clause is disjunction of the literals. If we make the if we somehow we find the literals disjunction, which is known as the clause. Sentence in a propositional logic is the conjunction of a clause. If we somehow we calculate the conjunction of a clause, that will known as the sentence. Logic in the TCS is sentence in propositional logic. This one, the given example is a sentence in the satisfiable if and only if we can assign the truth value to each Boolean expression, each Boolean variable. To saying expression will be wrong here, we have to say the variable, because every A, B, C can acquire any value according to the theoretical computer science with respect to the value of the input or output gate, or maybe the depends upon the software too. So that the true means if this sentence is satisfiable if and only if we can assign the truth value to each Boolean variable such that the sentence evaluate to true. SAT and TCS. SAT and TCS. As we know that SAT is just a part of a theoretical computer science. So we have, it's necessary to discuss the SAT inside the TCS. Problem, a given sentence in a propositional logic, a complex proposition. This is a complex proposition which is Boolean variable connected with the logical connected. Means a Boolean variable, there is a Boolean variable that is connected with the logical connectors. Maybe the logical connectors which comes from the previous knowledge what we studied before in this PPT. Usually a conjunction of a clause CNF, conjunctive normal form, conjunctive normal form. That's why the question find a assignment of the truth value 0 and 1 on the variable. It can be done simply by using of the propositional logic constants and the variable. This is an example in logical programming. As we know, this the written code is not from a given certain program. So this is a common code which is used to satisfy and the for the learning purposes, and can applicable in many of the programming language like C, C++, Java, HTML, and many more. Why I take the name of HTML? Because it can be used in the front end, and there is a bunch of use of the logical programming in HTML too. Increment increment x if the following condition holds. Like we have a condition there we have to increment the x when this condition occurs. You may try if x 0, x is greater than 0 and x is smaller than 0, or x is equals to 10, x plus plus. Here we are incrementing the value plus 1. We are incrementing the value plus 1. But in this way, we cannot write these things in C or C plus plus in Java, because for initializing there is no initializing statement like that one for inside the for loop or in a while loop. This condition cannot be true. Either further we can implement it using some different ways. How that will be discussed further in this PPT. How can modify this statement by using the logical equivalence? We can simply apply the logical equivalence theory to this and check out that the first condition is what, where the x is greater than 0 and the x is smaller than or equals to 10. There are two conditions: x is greater than 0 and x is smaller than equals to 10. This is the use of mathematical logic in programming. This is also an example of mathematical programming, use of mathematical logic in mathematical programming. So first of all, don't look at the program code, byte code. This one is hard, complex to read it. Like the I is smaller than size and all, and array which is checking the value every time, getting higher or lower, and then too much operators like or and all and all. This is not the proper way to write the program. That the complexity of the program will be high, too much high. We have to simplify it to make it more easy and ready to understand, easy to understand. That's why this is written. Readability, extraneous code is insufficient and poor style. This is not the proper way to writing the byte code or the programming code. That's why we written it here. And this one makes the things complex. We can easily do it using the mathematical logic, and we can convert this program to true lines or in a simple way. We will discuss the solution of this program later in this chapter, in this PPT. The outcomes, the outlines. So we have already discussed the definition of propositional logic, proposition, connective precedence of the logical operator, truth tables, and the usefulness of the logic, bitwise operations, logic and the theoretical computer science, set logic in the logic in the programming. Now the last part, which is left, is logical equivalence, terminology, truth tables, and the equivalence rules. Propositional equivalence introduction. First of all, if and only if we say the P conditional Q is equivalence to something, then the truth table must be same for the both of them. In order to manipulate a set, what we can write in a good way is like this: in order to manipulate a set of statement, here logical proposition, for the sake of mathematical arguments, an important step is to replace. We have to replace, like if we found a complex problem, we cannot deal it easily and in less time in that way. Then what we do, we just convert that complex problem or that proposition into an easier one. This part is known as, or this way is known as, the finding the equivalence or changing the complex problem to a equally equivalent easy problem. Now the below, after this slide, we will discuss about the terminology: stabilizing the logical equivalence using the truth tables, stabilizing the logical equivalence using the known laws, logical equivalence. Terminology. In the terminology, we will discuss the three parts: the tautology, contradiction, contingencies. Definition: a compound proposition that is always true no matter what the truth value of the proposition that occur in it is called a tautology. Means the tautology always return a true value. Means tautology is nothing but a compound proposition which always return a true value. A compound proposition that is always false is called contradiction. Means contradiction is nothing but a compound proposition which always return a false value. A proposition that is neither a tautology nor a contradiction is known as a contingency. Means a compound proposition that cannot be defined as a contradiction or tautology is known as the contingency. Some examples are written below. Logical equivalence definition. Proposition P and Q are logically equivalent if P by conditional Q is a tautology. Means informally, P and Q are equivalent whenever P is true, Q is true, and vice versa. Means same logic table. We have to find the same logic table. This happens. This proves that P is true, then Q must be true at a given any condition. For not different condition, at the same condition, if P is true, then Q must have to true. If P is false, then Q must have to false. This is the basics of the equivalence. How we find the equivalence. Alert equals to below a single dash sign is known as the logical connective. This one is the sign of the logical connective of the equivalence. Equivalence example one. Let's take this is a given truth table, and the P conditional Q is equivalence to negation P or Q. Let's check the truth table for the P conditional Q is 1 true true false true. Now let's check for the negation P or Q, true true false true. Look at this: P conditional Q, true true false true, and the negation P or Q, this one is also true true false true. This is the way this is what I am saying about it, the logical equivalence theory. If same truth table, means at a given condition, if a P is true, then Q must have to true. Look at this: P conditional Q is true, then the negation P or Q is also true. Look at this at the second last: P conditional Q is false, then a negation P or Q is also false. If the truth table are identical, then we can say that the logical they are equivalent. This one is also an example of logical equivalence. Propositional equivalence introduction. Now the logical equivalence, after the logical equivalence, now it's the propositional equivalence. In order to manipulate a state of a statement for the sake of mathematical argument, an important step is to replace. As I told you, if you find a complex problem, then you can easily convert that problem in an easy part and make deal them. They will be easy to manipulate, easy to evaluate, and easy to calculate. That's why we always find a way to replace a complex part with a easy one, or a complex problem with a easy one. In the propositional equivalence, we will discuss about the terminology, stabilizing the logical equivalence using the truth table, stabilizing the logical equivalence using the laws or of the logical equivalence. Using logical equivalence, example one. Logical equivalence can be used to construct additional logical equivalence. Means a logical equivalence can be used to construct the additional, means other logical equivalence. Example, so that this one is a tautology using the logical equivalence. This is the way that how we prove that the output is always one, means output is always true, and we in every step we take a different another additional logical equivalence. So now it's proved that this one is true, always true. Now it is known as the tautology, and the definition for tautology is also a statement which is always true is known as the tautology. My advice for, and there is certain given advice from my side to deal a complex problem and find the solution. Remove the double implication, means always when you find the double implication, remove that using its equivalence. Replace the implications by the disjunction. When you find the implication, you can simply replace it using the different disjunctions, applying in a good manner and a given way or in a required way. Push negation inward, means you have to use the negation in a inward and a distribute. Apply. If you don't find the answer on that way, then try to use the PDNF, PCNF, or CNF or DNF, any of the normal forms to make the things normals and make the distributive part of that one. Logical equivalence. This is also an example of logical equivalence for proving that one. Applying the equivalence law, implication law, and the double negation, and the last one, the De Morgan's law. After we apply the De Morgan's law, we can find our implication, double negation, and the equivalence law. We can find a proposition in a simplified form. This one is also that part that is also discussed in the table 8 P25. But we cannot find using the table P25. We cannot use the table 8 P25 as a proof of this one. But this one is just a mirror of that data in a logical way. Here we written the implication law, De Morgan's law, De Morgan's double negation law, commutative law, and the distributive law, and the identity law. And we proved it using this expression to equivalence is equals to Q. We find this way. Logic in program, the most vital and the important topic of this property, this PPT. Recall the loop. As we said, the proposition is not only required in the hardware sectors like the gate and the truth tables, but also in the programming part in a computer science. In a computer science, it is too much important that a program must be easy to understand for your fellow programmers, more effective than the previous ones, or for the especially for the low level language like the assembly and the C like the medium level language. This one is more important to use the drivers, etc., which utilize the drivers in a various way, that your program must be more logical, because you are going get connected to the hardware, directly get connected to the bare hardware. So it is more important to your programming code must be powerful or in a more simple way, because the low level languages are also more complex than the high level languages. That's why the simplicity matters, or make the simplicity things to the human understandable. Recall the loop, like this example we seen before. While now using the logical equivalence, let's we are not take at this while I is smaller than size and a array of I is greater than 10, and this way we write a program. Just imply them De Morgan's law and say what I call, just we are nothing doing, we are doing nothing except it, we are just applying the De Morgan's law. And the take take a look of it, the complex code while I size and the various operators are used various in a various form, like a size we are comparing everywhere the size and the array and the bunch of two three arrays, three four arrays. And after applying the De Morgan's law, we just complete that all code in 2 lines. This is the use of the mathematical logic in the computer science. This thing, the mathematical logic does not change the effectivity of the program or the code. Your program will be effective same as the before, but now the complexity of the your program will be low. Your program will be become less complex, your code will become less complex. Now the last programming pitfall note. Pitfall note is nothing but a criteria given by the pitfall, and where we can use, where we can apply the mathematical logic and where we cannot, like in the low level languages in C, C, and some high level language like Java. Applying the commutative law is not a such good idea. If we apply the commutative law like in a for loop, or we cannot define the initializing a statement, and we cannot use the inside the and operator, like where we want to use check the condition related, or we cannot define the outside increment or the decrement. And the equivalency, the all main cow is the equivalence. If you apply the, if commutative law in the C, C++ and Java, you cannot in, you can get in some terms but not in always terms, you cannot find the equivalence. Thank you.